it's time to get it lit. We got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align with.
Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep.
Ready? 50, choose the mic. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Johnson. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Check 53. Here we go,
So after the INT, it's Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they want.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. On 2nd and 15 now. Allen flushed out right. There he goes inside the 30. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable.
Number 53, Mike 53. 56. Check 3. 80 weapons. Smooth.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Kiki QT, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On second down, Johnson. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. David Johnson, 78 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Allen now on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Jenkins. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Here we go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll run it with Johnson. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. David Johnson. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Allen's throw is complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Allen. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And he slings one that's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott Good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Newton. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Raekwon McMillan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
No, number set. Right at the 8. 2 right here. Oh, you got deep?
Third and long. It's Newton. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. On 1st down, Allen. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Curtis Samuel with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Elliott Good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Raekwon McMillan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Man, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They can't hang with us. He's crazy. Great.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton caught by Jones. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by for Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, wahoo! 53, Mike.
Allen now looks to throw. His throw incomplete. Now, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
Hey, let's go.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll get this to Eckler. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, the Broncos had 15 4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here.
Hey, exit. Right there, 54. Right there.
They do go for it. Here's Allen. Flush to his right. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before the break. Newton. He wants it all for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
We got this.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Mike Daniels makes the tackle. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Jenkins picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down.
Over. Push him back. Push him back. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Going for it on fourth down. Allen got his target, Samuel. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a fourth down play.
He's not going to get me.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Eluding the pressure right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 53 to Mike.
And here's Allen on first and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. So now they'll come up on second and 10. Once again from the 28. Now Allen to throw again. Looking for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
53 is Mike. I'm scared. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Danny.
Throwing is Allen on third. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. Intended that time for Cooper. The Charger drive about to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Watch 30. Single.
3rd and 2, Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. The Charger drive about to get going.
Gun.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go to Johnson again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. The shotgun snap for Newton. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Jackson to return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the grip? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it 4. And now here is another interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. The 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jayon Brown. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Newton. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Jeffrey Simmons in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Newton. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were, there goes Green. He's at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for L.A. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Broncos' 10-yard line.
And they'll try to save the timeouts to use on defense if need be as he runs up and spikes it. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Raekwon McMillan getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Sam Hubbard just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards, and the pressure gets to him again. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
And the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On 2nd and 9, Allen forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sam Hubbard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. A big offensive guys.